Hello everyone, I'm happy to be back with our sixth tutorial with Stylist3D. My name is Angelica Chilikova, I'm a fashion designer, creative pattern cutter, and we will have another dressmaking with Stylist3D software. You will find the link for the website below in my comments, and when you open the website you can find the download studio where you can download the software, and you get 3 months free trial to practice. I'm excited to see the previous dresses we made on the tutorials on their homepage. As you can see, this is the Barbie dresses, and this is another older work of mine. And we have the learning section, which I recommend you to visit and watch all those basic tutorials that Stylist3D providing. Today, I'd like us to make this velvet mini dress. It's one of my oldest work. And so far, this dress on a different platform had 533 downloads. I thought, well, why not to show you how you can make it by yourself using the Stylist3D software. So we will be creating this mini dress using a block from Stylist3D, a basic shirt block, and I will take you step by step how you can by yourself create this little mini velvet dress. So let's get started then. I open the Stylist3D software. Guys, I already prepared my avatar, so we don't waste time. I recommend you to watch my previous tutorials where I show you the libraries where you can download your characters, shoes, hair, and so this is my selection for this project. Next, I go to the library garments, female, and I just download the basic shape, basic shirt. Shift, I select both of the lines, merge, delete this side, symmetry pattern with seam, delete my seams. Now I delete my points. Curve, my hem, convert to curve point. That's my front. Let's do the same at the back. Delete all those seams we have, and let's stitch this and that. And let's make this cuff quite smaller. I think 19 could be. Let's try the 19 first, approximately. Ideally, you always right click and clone as a reference line so you see what you're doing and you can get back to if you make a mistake. I would say 10. Right click 2.5. Okay. Do the same at the back. Clone as a reference line. 2.5. Now I need to add where I want from where to start my gathers, and I will go from 6 centimeters down, and then I like to move slightly this point also inside, and same I need to do here. The front I want to be on from 6 centimeters will be my gathers, and I want to move this point as well slightly inside. Okay. And now let's check my front is 17.3, so I will add from here 17.3, 18. Okay, and my back 18.5, 19. Now I want to add fullness on the top. Oops. On the top I add fullness and on the bottom. So let's do the bottom first. And also the top. Okay. Next I will select Shift, select my points and delete them. A curvature, I will create this little curve. Also, I notice that I have these curves here, which I don't need them. I'll take them off. And I like to create a little curved shape here. I also, let me clone as a reference line so I know what I'm doing, and then let's get this 3 centimeters, enter, drag, right click, 3 centimeters, okay. Now let's stitch this top part as well, which that's gonna be my gathers on the sleeve. Now let's add the length to my dress. Yeah, let's get rid of the button as well, on the buttonhole here. And let's check my seams as well here, what is happening. Let's add, I have the yoke at the front and at back. Let's add these panels. I think ideally it will start from here to here. I want all this to be wound. Also, to make my simulation faster, I would change my particle distance to 20 while I'm working on my dress, and I will change it before the edging, take it down. Take this side, this point, and bring it down. Let's see what I'm doing first, ideally. We can go a little bit lower, somewhere here. Also, opposite, let's slash and open that side all the way up to here. Oops. Close enough so I can close my dart. That's what I'm doing now. I'm actually not gonna need this dart. Overlapping sewing, so I make sure I delete my sewing, and then next, when I select the points, they will be deleted. And I delete this point, and I delete this point. My seams. And I want to delete all my seams at the moment. Side. Also, I want to check my length, side length. 53.92 is here, and 53. Okay, so good. Let's do it again. Let's do the same at the back. Let me check now. I put the one on top of the other just to see if I am on the same. Now let's reset 3D arrangement. Nice. And let's do the same at the back. Oops. So now, one thing I have to make sure, I can see my color is attached to here, which I don't need that. I delete this seam. And also I need to check what is happening here. And now next, let's stitch my side, simulate. That's it. Move those panels closer to each other like that. So now let's delete this and let's delete this. And now we do that slightly curving here. Yeah. I think I also need, I see it's quite bulky under my armhole. So let's move this inside 1.5. Oops. 1.5. And let's do the same here, inside 1.5. And I'm going to do the same on my sleeve. Shift 1.5. Shift 1.5. These parts, and let's simulate. Alright. Now let's freeze these parts. Next, I cancel my axis. I think I'm going to need maybe to open a little bit more and give it more gathers here. Let's have another opening. So now let's start creating our pleats. Firstly, let's right click, cancel the axis. Then I select this line, shift, next line, next to it, distribute internal line between segments. And here I go to 82. 2.5 is my offset below, 2.5, need to mark that. And now I do exactly the same here. Firstly, I cancel my axis, and then I select shift, I select both of the lines and distribute internal line between segment, and I think if I press 82 was my, maybe 81, 80 at the front. So I have the same opening on my hem, 2.5. So that's what I need. Okay. Pleats fold, and I click and double click here. And it's going to be accordion pleats. Yeah. Done. And I do the same here. So now I need to make sure this side, right, this side is this side. Yeah. So now we go, and I need to make sure my direction is correct. Let's unfreeze all this. Maybe let me keep my color still freezed. Freeze my color. And other than that, I press stimulate. Okay, some shift edge seam taping. Okay, 0.5, just so it holds my neckline. Next, let's check what we have here. It's 9. Okay, let's add my point here, and my back neckline is 9.13, and here I need to go to 9.13. Okay, so let's see my stitching. Perfect. Now my front neckline is 6.56. Let's add another point here, 6.56. All right, and now I get this and this, and I cut. to my sleeve. 2.5, enter. And I also like to open a little bit here, maybe through 2, enter, and maybe 2, enter. Brilliant. Now I need to pay attention into my pleats because I see that there is something happening and they're not correctly working. Right? Let's local outlines, select the lines, and let's click fold rendering. All right. Now when I simulate, you can see that my lines are getting more defined. I do the same on my back. I select and I click fold rendering, and I click again. Now we see I don't really like my hem. I need to kind of like balance a little bit, but I'll do that in a bit. Firstly, let's add the sleeve. Unlock all outlines. Stop the simulation. Let's add the sleeve on the other hand. Clone symmetric pattern with seam. I think maybe because it's pulling center front, I easily better add, move that part up 1 centimeter. And then I will lock all my outlines, and then I select all my top panels. This is nice because I show you straight away some corrections that you will be doing on your pattern. You see that extend trim to the outline. Beautiful. Now let's simulate. So now my front is much better. That's it. Let's fix my back now. Unlock all outlines. Next, draw. And when I'm here and I'm here, I take this line and I actually can see a little bit more. Oops. This line. So now what do we have here? I think this is better. Although I will add one segment here. Go like that. That's nicer. I add one segment here. And I will take it a little bit down. Let's see what we have. I think we are at better balance now. Next, I just select those segments and shift this segment and I go cut. And when I do so, I'm just selecting all this top panel, take it up, and then just delete that. Next, you see we are much better. Next, I just lock all pattern outlines and I do exactly the same. I cut this and I go right click, extend trim, pattern outline. My fabric, I want it to be velvet. This line, stop simulation, this and this line, and this line, seam taping, and I'm gonna make it 2, maybe 3, better. I want to just have a little bit more puffiness, you see how it's just more puffy now. Also, I need to add some puckering. This is gonna be, I can keep it, it's with polyester maybe. And I will add segment puckering. I add on those segments and on my hem. Yeah. I want to have my cuff double. generate lining inside. Okay. Next thing I will change, I will add my texture. I have already selected one texture, that's with that one, and then I just not use auto-generated normal map, and I will just slightly keep it here. Now I will to change my shoes. The other thing I like to add, we see we have like sort of trimming here around the neckline. I like to add some trim also from my library. I have downloaded accessories, this trim. I just downloaded, okay, and it comes as a seam, okay. I will need to add this segment here, and now I go and I change this to 1. That's it. Also, I can, actually I cannot, I should just leave it as it is. I think it's nice. Maybe I can make it 2. Defined all my pleats and everything. Much nicer. The whole fabric is more realistic now. Next thing I like to do, I want to give a little move to my dress, so I will add some air. If we go to the scene, we did that before. We go here and I want to see my wind. This is my wind. I'm gonna keep it here because I want to have a little planner. Okay, I add active, I activate, and I press stimulate, and we'll see slowly. Maybe that's too much. I stop it here, take it down. I want to have it on my sleeve, I want to have it under my skirt, and every time I can just pause it and see how is it moving. I think now it's quite pretty. Maybe I can just take it here a little bit, give it another small. Okay, maybe this is enough. So now I'm going to deactivate it and I will hide it. And when I did so, what I don't like at the moment is this sleeve. I didn't want it to move that much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this sleeve and put it here next to my cuff, select this and take it here. And next I select all this and I freeze it, but I leave this sleeve. So now when nothing else is moving, this sleeve will come back to, and sometimes maybe I just can, also I just have to make sure it's unstraightened. Okay, this make shading. I like this movement. That's it. And this is the same, and I think it's perfect. So now I select all my dress and I freeze it all, unfreeze and then freeze. Okay. Nice. Next, let's add my seam current, and I think I like to use this dramatic seam. Now I will go tools, offline render. You see, as I said in my previews, this is already set up for this dimension, this scene. I want to change it, and I want to put the one I'm normally using for my Instagram posts. You can have any sort of dimension you want to have. Next, let's sync just to find my frame I want to have for the rendering. Now, when I get my frame and what I want it to be, I just lock my view. The next thing, I'm going back to my settings, stop my syncing. I go to my settings again, and I make sure I want to drop a little bit my noise hole to 0.5 maybe, and default high quality. Make sure I want to save that to tutorial 0.06 rec full. Okay. I actually want to change the hair to something lighter. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's sync this color. Yeah, much nicer, and we go for the final render here.